Hello, this is RV Vagabond Jerry, and today my cruise stopped at the town of Georgetown on the Grand Cayman of the Cayman Islands, and the tour I'm taking today is going to go to mainly 3 stops. The first is the Cayman Crystal Caves, which is where I am right now, and you can see the entrance right behind me there. Once we finish with the cave tour, then we're going to go to the Pedro St. James Great House. I'm not sure what that is, but we'll certainly find out. And then thirdly, we're going to go to a place where we're going to have rum tasting. So those are the 3 things this video will show. So please stick with me and we'll see what this tour has to offer. There are 3 main caves here. And this shows you just how extensive they are.
To give you a little initiative now, put me some pressure on myself. That's like a report card for us as well. Up here we got treehouse souvenirs. You got 3 areas in the treehouse. Down the lane to the right. 5 minutes to get the tour started. Around that same section. Souvenir store, food, drinks. Go across the deck, down the lane to the right. I'm ever talking too fast or too low, someone tell me, Sid, speak up, or Sid, slow down. I have to speak up now. I want you to be on. I want to try to do most of the educational part of here, and we have to go through, take pictures. So, guys, woo! Alright guys, we've been open up since 2016. It took the guys 7 years to complete. We're gonna come on in, I don't bite. I'll leave this little section in front here, show you something. I'll leave the picture area open. Anyone wants to take pictures, they can. Just come on in, let your friends in. We're gonna need to pull up this area. I just need a small area in the front. Just get you away from those other guys. Got that crew coming right behind us. So everyone, if you step up down the back here, we're going to end up going down through here. Take your time. Salt minerals, salt crystals. I will repeat it to the guys in the back and girls when they come in. We cut off legs at the end of other type of legs. I'm messing up your shots. I'm going up here a little bit. I'm going to bring you guys out to get the pictures just right here so we can squeeze our team in. Just watch your heads. We're not going too far. And since you like the picture in the up front, that rock that you're looking on, that's my pelican friend. It's trying to get into the cave, but it's got to go through that limestone, like a filter. It's cutting away all the calcium minerals. Once it's getting on the inside, drip, 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 start to create those stalactites. The remainders start to create the stalagmites. Help you guys remember the names. One have a C in the middle of the name, one have a G in the middle. I'll use the C for ceiling, G for the ground.
Look at the green on here. I'm not sure what that is. A lot of green on some of these rocks. Ooh, here comes a big room. Oh, this is pretty amazing, this room here. It's got all sorts of formations.
It's beautiful.
I will treat it for the back. I got a little personal story in the front. If you hear it before, I'll repeat it. Treasure and opening caves. Get a little older, we're asking our buddies, cousins and stuff to go buy us some rum, some cigarettes. I didn't smoke cigarettes, but now I'll smoke cigars. One bad thing.
This is a huge stalagmite, stalactite combination.
And since you like your pictures, I want to give you one of my favorite pieces. Mother Nature made this, I did not. I call this a chief Indian. You can see the feathers, long hair, mouth, nose, eye. Woo, woo, woo. That's my favorite piece.
This is the biggest room.
Take your time, look around.
And there is the cave exit where all that light's coming in.
Never found any.
Let's look at the roof. I mean the ceiling.
Brought that heavy treasure 1 mile into the bush.
A lot of holes in the ceiling. Over here you see light coming in from a hole in the ground. You said there's a lot of bats in the cave. They're fruit bats. So they are no danger to humans.
We got a team coming in the back. They want to get to the beautiful lake cave. You can't let them do that before us.
You see a hole there. There's a bat. You can barely see it. It's so dark in that hole there. There are several bats here, but they're flying around so fast. I really can't get them on video. Well, there's one there. Well, we're not going out the exit there. We are going back in for some reason. Another part of the cave, I guess.
Those coming in, those guys listen to the front again. You're going to see a water around the corner, lake. There's another team coming right behind us, I know that. So I want to get pictures first. I can always give you stories. It's not too many more details. I'll give you the main ones. I'll try to show you a caveman story and all that. That's when I used to play the caves as a kid. Guys, to see the water, I'm going to do it one more time. I'm trying to so you can get some food. So you can get some pictures. That should do it. Okay. Get higher with fresh water going down to the ocean, not the salt water coming up. There's 2 ways we used to get in. One, opener.
So now we see the lake.
This is the one I used to move.
The lake goes back
Drop the ropes down, put some knots
about
in,
200
now, block it up.
meters.
Come up here. I live by the
He said it's clean, fresh water.
I live about a mile and a half away.
There is calcium floating on the top. It's drinkable. Well, if you got that desperate, I guess. You can only see this much of it from here. But it goes way back. There's a whole bunch of stalagmites.
So I gave it a short 5.
There's some bats in there.
Got this one on the top of my light. Sorry, guys.
By the way, it's been unusually warm throughout this cave.
3, 2.
It's not cold or cool like other caves are. We're back at the exit now.
And once you get out, it's good ones looking in.
So this is the outside of the exit. And this is where they have built tables and chairs, and their gift shop is right up there. So this is the entrance to the second cave that we're going in. And it's called the Roots Cave.
And this one is more like the mahogany. This one's more mahogany. More mahogany is
So those two are planning on meeting someday.
Definitely know these. About the caves, they told one another, even some visitors that come to the island. The owner, he loved caves so much, he had a set of caves in Barbados, Harrison Caves, Mr. Christian. He fell in love with caves. He came to the islands late 80s, early 90s. He took 2 decades, accumulate 200 acres of land. I couldn't show everything we're going to be here.
Now these are actually tree roots. Trees above the cave here, where the roots have just come straight down looking for the ground. They couldn't find the ground until they got right here at the bottom of the cave. See what's over here? A lot of stalactites.
We're going to the back.
Here's a stalagmite and a stalactite that met in the middle.
Let's go yours. 12,500. Big ones, 31,000.
Give them enough time,
You don't have to.
they'll do
If
it.
you want to, you can.
But it takes millions of years.
These thinner ones came after the pandemic. Remember Frontline, you gotta hear me say it twice. We were going to pull them down, we could just jump them down, but people, kids, and bigger kids started to do dreadlocks with them. So you can do what you want. Everyone, I'll raise my voice, and I'll probably give you what we had to do back in the days. Take your pickaxe, your shovel, your buddies next door waiting for the buckets and wheelbarrow to get loaded. They start taking outside, they start making all the pathways outside there. Everything you saw we could walk on, drove on, all the soil that came out the caves, that flat piece, that was my drums.
I've never seen this before. This is hard, but then it's kind of soft. It's just kind of like ropes or plastic, and it is coming right out of the rock there. I've never seen this in any cave anywhere.
Remember, my name is Sid. I keep saying that, but I won't get put in the
Well, now we're coming out of the second cave, the exit here, which is the same as the entrance.
Touch him, he's all right.
All kinds of interesting trees and plants here. And the guide said they have had earthquakes here. The guide said he was in a cave one time when an earthquake happened. That was a little scary. This looks like the entrance to another cave too. There's a lot more caves other than the main three that we're going to be able to see today. So now we are at our next stop, the Pedro St. James Great House. Right across the road there is a cemetery. And this sign here makes it official. The Great Lawn, even their lawn is great. How about that? And it's right on the ocean side here. And this house has a cactus garden in front. Well, at least on that side. On this side, there's really not much at all. Interesting looking home.
A good example of their diet. Now the slaves would have ate from wooden bowls as the Edens had to eat from nice dinner plates. Pedro is the oldest surviving stone structure in the Cayman Islands. This year it would be 245 years old.
Well, now we're going upstairs. Here's an upstairs dining room, I guess. Very breezy.
Welcome now to the second floor. And right here is where Captain Anthony Park read the emancipation of slavery. Also right in the front of the stairs is where Mary Jean and her brother were struck by lightning. Unfortunately, she perished, but he survived. That is a picture of Mary Jean's brother.
Very nice looking shoreline here.
Allowed to work on their Sabbath. If they did work on the Sabbath, they were punished by whipping. So folks, let's proceed this way. Give an opportunity.
This is the main dining room.
View of the room in Grand Cayman.
I like these blinds where they open up like that for maximum airflow, and then you can close them for rain protection.
Folks, hanging here on the wall, you will spot.
I've had a couple homes that I wish I could get blinds like this. And here is the third floor.
Folks, as you go up, please watch your step. Now, the parlor was the central room.
Has a nice
it had the most
place here to sit and enjoy the breeze.
Veranda. The parlor was mostly used for businesses and meals.
They like rocking chairs. Well, there are entrances to the central room from all four sides.
As the dining room was mostly used for businesses and meals.
Hobby horse.
Okay, folks, welcome now to the parlor. And here in the alley is where number room 5th the fifth room was located, and that was the.
And being so close to the ocean, it's nice and breezy on a hot summer day. I'm sure that helps. There are a few plaques like this.
Now the veranda was used by the Edens for relaxing by themselves or sitting down and having a little tea with their friends. However, the verandas was also used for the slave masters to keep an eye out on their slaves. And then here
look at this really nice bed.
We have room number 4, also called the master's bedroom. And
now they got their kitchen outdoor, so the cooking doesn't heat up the house. You can see it says here, Old Cayman Kitchen. Guess what kind of tree this is? I bet you can never guess. It is actually a tamarind. There's no beach here, but it has a very interesting seaside with those rocks like that amongst the plants. This is another building at the Great House they call the restaurant, and it has quite a variety of rums, and they're giving us samples here to try. Here's the restaurant's bar at the Great House property.
Over here on the island, yeah, it smells really good. And also, over here, Cayman Islands are mixed up. Why is that? Because even for local people to get a bottle or to drink it, they have to come over here and catch a bar or restaurant. Yes. That so exclusively is about our 1780. Most people drink or 1780.
Ooh, that's a really dark one. I like the last one. That was the coconut rum. That was the best. Oh, this looks good.
It is a pina colada.
Oh, that's a really good pina colada. There's a coastline way off to the right. And here, looks like they're ready for war. Any pirates want to try and come in from the sea here. They don't stand a chance with that cannon there. Here's a monument they have commemorating emancipation in the Caymans. How about that? Nice. Oh, and look at these chairs they built out of tree stumps. Nice. And here's in memory of Hurricane Ivan that came through here. Hashtag IHeartPSJ. Well, this has been a somewhat interesting tour day. Hope you got something out of the video, folks. Good day.